Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Finally back together on screen doing reading sprints.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a while since we've been together. It's just it's hard, isn't it? I said that with Ashlyn and Alex the other day when we finally got on screen together. Like, life just seems to have been happening a lot lately.
Yeah,
really getting in the way of important things like sitting down to read.
Although January seems to be taking about 38 years.
Yeah, my mum said that. Like, my mum pointed out today that it is a month since Christmas. It feels like it's about 6 years since Christmas.
It's because there's too many Mondays. There's 5 Mondays in January, and there's still one to go. And it feels like a long month when there's a lot of Mondays.
Yeah, and we've got an extra day in February this year as well.
Yeah, it's my sister and her wife's anniversary because they were married in a leap year.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so I think it's their. So what is it? How many years they've been? How many years have I been married? We got married the same year. I don't know. I don't know. So it's about their 4th or 5th anniversary, technically.
Oh,
so that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Nice and quick to get married on a leap year. So the question is, what are you reading? What are you getting up to? And is it any warmer to where you are at the moment? It's slightly warmer here, but doesn't feel it. It feels freezing, although I don't think it's when it's still in minus temperatures anymore. How about you, Paula? Are you freezing, and what are you reading?
I'm not too bad right now, but then again, I think I'm running a low temperature. Wyatt's running a temperature, so I'm all right. At the minute, I'm okay. I'm listening to The Blue by Lucy Clark.
Oh, I've not heard of that. What is it?
Blue.
The Blue.
And you're all in blue as well.
Yeah.
You're matching your book.
I am. It's like a thriller. Well, it's the last book for the TBR-a-thon. So
Cool.
January readathon. So it's my last book for the trail map thing that Leandra has done. But yeah, it's a thriller about people getting lost on a boat.
Intriguing. I like the inverted commas around it.
Is it not a boat then?
Well, yeah, it's a boat. I'm talking about like people going missing.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Somebody's throwing them over then.
Probably.
That seems fair enough.
Where do they all keep going? This is so strange. They only said they were going to be 2 minutes. Oh, I love it. Do you know what? I went through a proper patch of reading adult thrillers, and I exhausted myself where I'd get to page 3 and go, it's them. And I got really fatigued by it all. Like, I know that there's lots of different variations and ways you can do it, but I just started to see through the formula. So I needed a break, but I'm starting to feel that craving again that I want to read some this year. I think I'm going to try and read that. Is it Murder in the Family, the one that's got all the mixed media in, and you try and murder as the police do? I thought that looks fun, so I might use that as my gateway back into adult thrillers. I just feel weird when I say adult, like I'm talking about like X-rated or something. I mean like for adults, just because I normally read YA books.
Yeah.
You are an adult, Amy.
I know.
Right? Yeah, you are.
It's funny. It's just
you're allowed.
My friends who are adult authors, like Mia said that because she wrote children's books first, and when she wrote her first adult book, some people that she was telling were like, is it porn? And she's like, adult doesn't mean porn, it means for adults. So I always have that in my mind when I say adult books. It's not.
Yeah, I normally call adult books spicy books. So
yes,
yeah.
Yeah, I've got a few romance books on my pile for the next couple of months as well, because I've been feeling in the mood for romance, and then I've been warned that some of them are spicy, and I'm like, oh god, it's like Russian roulette of spice. I've had a really spicy one, because I don't know. I think I can cope with like chicken korma level of spice in books.
Chicken korma.
If I've got a vindaloo or something, I'm going to be like,
what I could do with 1 chili level.
Yeah,
chili. Bless you.
I don't know where I put them. Otherwise, I could show you. There's Things We Never Got Over is one of them. I don't know how spicy that is, but and then
who's the author of that one?
There's a Tessa Bailey one and I've forgotten the other ones. I'm gonna have to bring them down a bit. I'll go and track them down.
Tessa Bailey does tend to do They're good romance, but they're also good spice. So,
Okay.
So yeah, do get
I
spice.
tried reading one of hers, My Killer Vacation, and I didn't get into the voice of it and put it down. I've still got it somewhere. I didn't like fully DNF it. I just thought I'm going to put it down for now. But this one's got something about summer. It happened last.
It happened one summer.
Yeah.
Is that a movie? Oh no, that's we know what it did last summer, isn't it?
Yeah, that's more my
That's a
speed.
different thing. That's a different thing.
Yeah, that I'm solidly invested in. Slashers, yes. Romance, I'm not sure. I'll let you all know.
Well, the thing is, it's like whenever there's a romance in a slasher, you're just like, well, one of you is going to die.
Yeah, I know. Especially when they say, I'm always going to be here for you. Don't worry. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
No, you're not. Sorry. How about you, Sharon? What are you reading?
Well,
are you going to surprise us and say a kissy book, and me and Paula are just going to both like fall over?
Thinking about adult books.
Oh,
I'm reading a book called The Gentleman's Choice by Blake Ridman. This is from Bloodhound or Hellbound books, and this is very, very explicit spice, but with lots of death.
Oh,
so
let
basically,
me just add that to my TBR.
So basically, now if you don't like really serious, sexually violent things, you probably won't like it.
I'm fine.
But so it's basically about this TV show. It's like a cross between The Bachelor and Love Island, but it's basically like soft porn, basically.
Who's the author?
And Blake Rudman, and so there's this bloke who dates these women for 5 days. If they get to the end of 5 days, they can actually, get it on.
Oh,
and then, but the ones who get through or don't get through, they're being picked off by a serial killer, who is killing them, torturing them, and killing them.
Oh,
that's the bit I like. If I'm honest. I'm also reading this one, which came today, which is a What Kind of Mother by Clay McLeod Chapman. It comes out on the 31st. Titan sent me this today. And this is about a woman who's left her hometown when she became a teen mother. She comes back, meets back up with her old high school sweetheart who lost their child. Everybody else thinks the child's dead. And then she's a medium, and she has strange visions. It's supposed to be incredibly twisted and dark, and so I'm really looking forward to that. So I shall be picking into that. They even sent me I love a matching bookmark.
Yeah, I love how you said it's meant to twist and dark, and I'm really excited. I hear twist and dark, and I'm like, I'm not sure I'm brave enough.
And I've got this come today.
Yay! It's not the easiest one to track down, I don't think. I just picked that one randomly, and I normally check if they're easily available. That is gorgeous.
Such a gorgeous cover, though.
Get secondhand.
I need to wait till payday.
Got this eBay. £5 cost me, and it is brand new. It's so pretty.
That's gorgeous.
It's never ever been used. It's never been touched. Never been read.
To be fair, that's how I keep my books.
Yeah. So it's a gorgeous. It is a gorgeous cover. It's so pretty.
I'm excited to read it. It's got that real like 80s, 90s vibe to it, like Babysitters Meets Witchcraft. I'm like, yes, please.
It's supposedly it's a trilogy, isn't it?
Yes.
It's one of 3, I think. It's sort of something like that. They are really hard to get. I don't know why they're hard to get. Hello, Wyatt.
Oh, hi, Wyatt.
You want to say hi?
He's like, he's gone.
Like, no.
Oh, he's poorly.
He's not feeling very well, bless him.
I get that as well. Strange people on a camera is not the easiest to deal with.
Well, he's not that good with eye contact as it is, but I think he's just more of a case. What's Mum doing? Oh, okay, right, she's fine.
I know where she is now.
That's pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading it. It looks fun. I really loved this month's one.
Well, I need to finish it tonight because the live show is tomorrow.
So I haven't even picked it up yet. I'm like, I am so far behind.
So good. It's so good.
I've just got to a good twist about just over halfway through. There was a good I saw it. You know where you see it coming, but just 2 seconds before it happens. So I feel like I predicted it, but only a page before.
I'm okay with predictions like that when they like when you just go okay, when you just twig. I hate it when you're reading a book and you're like, okay, that's going to happen. And it's just predictable. And you're just reading the book, waiting for it to drop. And you're just like, oh, yeah.
Speaking
I
of
think
that, I'm
she
going to give
did
most.
it quite
What's
good.
that? What? Sorry, what are
I
you
think
saying?
she did it really well is the fact you can see the twist, but just before they happen.
Mm.
So you don't know they're coming, and then suddenly you're like, oh, okay. The ending's fabulous, but it's a great book. I'm looking forward to the discussion. I think that's my favourite one we've read in the Way book club so far.
Ah, that's cool. I'm enjoying Ravina's writing style very much. I
Yeah,
really
me
enjoyed
too.
this book, Kills, and it's one of those I read it on Kindle like over a long time, so I think I need to get the physical copy and actually read it properly, like as a kind of page turner quickly, because I think I probably missed some stuff because I just kept forgetting I got it. It was from NetGalley and it kept getting pushed down my page, and I was like, oh, this is on there. So yeah, speaking of things that have sex stuff in and that have got twists, do you watch Saltburn?
No. But I keep seeing people like, I finally caved and watched Saltburn and things like that, and then they're talking about it. But I've not actually watched any of the Saltburn or the content where people are like, I finally watched it.
Did you enjoy it?
It was very strange and compelling, but there were two scenes that I found absolutely unwatchable. Just because they were so, I can't say what because it'll spoil it.
Were
But
they really explicit?
Yes. But in a not just somebody having sex with somebody else way, like just something really twisted. And I'm even, can you see me like getting
blushing?
Yeah, and it isn't blushing it's not blushing in like a good way. It's more of my skin's crawling.
I had that feeling in I think, do any of you watch Gogglebox or anything like that?
I know of it, yeah.
Well, it shows clips of like, latest TV shows or whatever. Well, there was that one like The Couples Next Door or whatever with like Sam Heughan and thing where they kind of like do a couples swappy kind of thing.
Oh.
And the other guy is obviously a grown-up actor, but he was in Harry Potter when he was like a child. So I'm just like, I'm there watching this little clip and I'm just like, it's wrong. He's still a child.
Yeah,
I don't mind it if it like that is the sexual scenes in this one are incredibly explicit, and really on the the really dark side of that kind of scene, but they do serve a purpose, and but I'll kind of skip over the bits.
Yeah.
I'll just find them cringy. They don't embarrass me. They just make me. I just like, oh, that's cringy. But yeah,
I don't know with Saltburn whether they were necessary or not because it all depends on your perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it was. I think the problem was the actors were all amazing in it as well. So I think it like really sold some of the more disturbing stuff to me. Like I was there like watching it and thinking it was real. So I think that's why it kind of messed with my head a bit. Yeah, I don't know whether I should recommend it. Somebody at work was saying that on the radio, like one of the hosts was like, "Oh, so I've watched Saltburn, but I don't know whether I should recommend everybody listening to watch it or not." So, just
I've been addicted to Traitor. I'm addicted to Traitors.
Yeah,
completely addicted. It's the finale tomorrow, isn't it? And as soon as we finish tonight, I'll be watching tonight's episode because I can't.
What channel did you say is it on a live streaming?
iPlayer.
Yeah,
it's on BBC One, I think.
It's on BBC One, but
yeah,
it's spoiled. It's spoiled straight away if you go online, so you've got to watch it as soon as possible.
Well, I haven't had any spoilers
tomorrow. Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like I've got to wait all week to watch it because my mum comes over and then we watch it together. So we're not. It's like she's not allowed to watch it without me, and I'm not allowed to watch it without her. So
it's just cracking, and I don't know why it's as addictive as it is, but they just get so paranoid. It's so fun to watch
and
them.
The UK version is the best one. It's like we tried watching the American version, and even though I think Alan Cummings is the host of the American version, and I love him. But just try to watch the American version, even though it's the same castle and like everything. I was just like, nah, it just hits different.
Is it a cultural thing? Like, is it how British people as a nation and as a culture kind of respond to the paranoia?
Possibly.
US
and also
culture?
Claudia is just
Claudia Winkleman is amazing. Yeah,
is just that role was made for her. She thrives in it. It's just, I don't know. I think it's the awful Britishness that they start off with, where they don't want to label anybody, and they don't want, and then by the end they're just vicious. with each other, and it's just hysterical. It's just brilliant. It's
So you watch them fall apart before your eyes, and their British veneer fall away to reveal the kind of ugly human truth beneath.
Pretty much,
I think there's a good chance the traitor's going to win this one.
You need to read
I'll be gobsmacked if they didn't.
Lie or Die. There's a YA book which I'm sure is based on that because it sounds so similar. And I read it not having watched Traitors, so I didn't the premise wasn't familiar or anything to me, but it is really fun, the book. It's one of those where they get fake killed, but then of course people start getting real killed. And it's really good. I really enjoyed it because it is one of those where the characters really get tested, their loyalties are really pushed to the max. They start trusting people, and then it's should they be trusting them or not. It's really clever.
And if I was in that, if I was stupid enough to go onto a reality show, I wouldn't. But if I was, I would want to be a traitor. I wouldn't want to be a faithful. Where's the fun in that? I'd want to be killing people every night.
Yeah. See, so, we have we've got a game that's kind of like Traitors. Yeah. And the thing is, I can't lie unless I'm playing a role. So it's like play me at poker or whatever. I have no poker face whatsoever. I'll just be like, I'll be sat there and I've got 2 queens. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. But unless I'm playing a role and I'm playing there's the one famous memorable night that we all have, I was like, I'm not a traitor, whatever. It's and I turned to Nat and I was like, look, if I'm a traitor, you can stab me in the eye with a biro. Just because it was this close to winning. And I ended up winning, obviously. But
there's a book coming out, isn't there? I think it's a month called The Traitors. I don't know if it's based on it.
Oh, is that a different one from what I was saying?
It's a thriller, supposedly. It was on for 99p on Kindle. Still is, as far as I know. But I don't know whether it's to do with the or they've just released it because it's got the same name, so they're cashing in, which makes perfect sense. As a book publisher, why wouldn't you do that?
That's a very publishing thing to do. This is the time to get this book rushed out while Traitors is big. Right.
Are you all edited, Amy? Are you all edited, darling? Is it gone?
UConn, somebody from UConn, Charlotte, is reading it this week because I've checked my edits and I'm happy with them. Charlotte has to read it and then it gets print on Monday.
Oh my God.
So
it's come out so quick now.
It has, and it feels weird because Kev and I both had this weird feeling last night where we're like, we don't have to do any editing. What is this? So
do you have an actual release date yet?
Yes, it's let me look at my calendar on my computer. It's something like 4th of April. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Sharon. Yeah, it's always the first with UConn. They try and do it the first day of the month, whatever month is coming out, but it's the first Thursday because of UK publishing. Books normally come out on a Thursday, don't they? Unless they're a US-led release, it's a Tuesday. Rachel Harrison's new book arrived on Tuesday, which I can't wait to read because I've got obsessed with her. Thank you, Sharon. She's my new favourite author. I've just been consuming everything since.
She's just right. Her writing's just beautiful. It's really easy to read. And I mean that in the most complimentary way. It just flows. Her writing. It's lovely.
It's real women who are having shit stuff happen to them. To do the supernatural. They're such believable characters. It's really
the dialogue is just incredible. I mean, Such Sharp Teeth, which was the first one I read by her. The dialogue between the sisters and the friend, it was just you could. That's how I talk to my sisters. Do you know? It was just so realistic. She really got a handle on how women speak to each other.
I've read Bad Dolls so far, and I've nearly finished Such Sharp Teeth, and I've just bought Black Sheep and Cackle. So I'm
Cackle is completely different, very, very different to the other stuff, but has a wonderful gentleness to it. And there is a pet spider who is adorable. Aww. So but again, this beautiful relationship between women is in there. That same kind of theme of female friendship and female empowerment, but from a more magical perspective, because obviously it's witchy. And Black Sheep is fantastic.
I'm very excited. It sounds great, the premise. That she's the black sheep of the family because she's left this, what sounds like a cult, and then she's going back to it for a family event.
And we love a cult. We all love a cult, don't we?
Who doesn't? Let's go to the comments and see how people are doing, and then we'll do a sprint. Oh, thank you, Stephen. Kev is close to hand as always, and yes, he's having a lovely time. Thank you.
Oh, bless him.
Oh, the Pendle Witches. Awesome. Hi, Adrian. Everybody saying hello to each other. Hi.
Hi, Laura.
HOSAB.
Has the
House
Sky and
of...
Breath.
Thank you. Who's that by?
Sarah J. Maas.
I thought it might be. Hers are usually something of something and something.
Has a definite anagrams. Not anagrams, but yeah.
Hiya.
Old Country.
Oh, I love that book. Yeah, I had that
Ooh.
Old Country from Elman. I had that with my Abominable Book Club. It's a really good book.
Excellent. If I Have to Be Haunted is a good title too. Hi.
Oh yes, Hellbent.
Hellbent, love it.
Hi.
Hi, Sarah.
Thank
Hello.
you. So many people.
Hello.
Hi, Kirsty.
Hi, Kirsty.
Yay. I just finished it, and I don't want to spoil it, but I had a strong emotion at the end, like a point horror book gave me a very, very strong visceral emotion. It's
I thought
so
the
good.
third book was the best. I loved all of them, but actually, I thought this was my favourite. But the third one was cracking. Absolutely cracking.
The body horror is awesome in it. There's two scenes.
Creepy carnival, creepy. Yeah. Oh, it was just, it was, the whole imagery was creepy. I thought it was excellent.
And I liked how the characters are really, really pushed. Like they all started to unravel a little bit because they've been through so much. It felt really believable. Like they were real teenagers who'd suffered so much stuff.
Did.
Hi, Jaleesa.
Hello.
Ooh. That sounds
working,
interesting.
Hopefully
the sprint will help to keep you motivated. Oh yeah, one of the
true.
Hi, Andreas.
Like we needed a reason. Oh, you're still reading Dan Brown. Excellent.
Yes. Oh,
it is. She's got beautiful colours.
I need
like mermaid energy. Sorry, what were we saying? I was just admiring your mermaid energy.
No, just my rootage. I need
a roots touched.
Yes.
It's the only disadvantage with the colours, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You two do really well though. Like I think your colours always look really lovely. Like it must be really hard to maintain. Oh, nice weather. That's good.
The weather's all right here, actually, to be fair.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I think that's excellent. Did they make the t-shirts up for the TBR then?
Yes. I don't know what sounds kinky. Did I say something kinky?
Is it just us that sounds kinky generally? Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, we usually
do. have to pay for this kind of content, you know. Usually,
new subjects, haven't we? It is. Yeah, I know. I'm really surprised. I really thought that the Babysitter's Coven would be on ebook. Like they don't normally take stuff off ebook, even if the physical copy's gone out of print. I'm just really surprised.
You can't even get the physical copy as new. You can only get it secondhand, even on Amazon.
Yeah, I should have checked. I always normally check. Why did I check this one? Never mind. People keep messaging me and saying they've got it. So
yeah, you can get it. It's just you can't get a new copy.
I mean, yeah, it was a good twist. Shelley messaged me as well to say there's a twist. Amy, have you got to it yet? And I was like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yes.
I think I'm probably a similar point to you, Kay, so I do need to really. Oh, are we talking Saltburn? Good is not the word I would use. I feel like
at least they're clean. I mean, at least you know.
No, it wasn't.
Stuff might be dirty, but they're clean.
That's the problem with the bathtub. It wasn't clean.
See, someone says bathtub scene, and I instantaneously The Witcher, the bathtub scene from The Witcher just pops into my head. So I'm just like, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
I think I hear bathtub, and I think great place to dismember a body. But then that's me.
There was one scene more similar to what you're saying, and then one scene that scarred me for life.
It's good for cleanup.
Yes, interesting is the right word, definitely. Hey.
Hi, Kelly.
That's all I can think about lately. At work, I walked around yesterday saying, has anybody watched Saltburn?
Yes, everywhere.
But nobody had watched it, so I couldn't get my emotions out. I needed to talk to somebody. I clearly need to.
Oh God, I know. I'm addicted. Kelly. I don't know what I'm going to do when it ends.
You watch it as well. Thank you. Me too. I really hope people like it. I like it, so that's the important thing.
We're doing a reread on Kirsty's book club.
Yes.
We're doing a reread if anybody's interested before the new one comes out in April. In February, we're doing in February and March, we're doing the two Mina books. We're rereading them, ready for Mina and the Cult in April. So if anybody would like to join, go on to Kirsty's page.
Thank you, everyone. And do you know what? Kev's told me that he's going to do the read along as well and reread them because he's not.
I'm going to reread them, and
I'm
going to reread them. Just and I haven't forgotten them, but I'll still reread them just because so I can get all the characters in my head.
Yeah.
Ready fresh for April. Yeah.
Yeah, and get stabbed in the heart again a couple of
Well,
times.
there's a few things in this one. I'm really sorry. My editor did put a few things in the margin, like, why, Amy, why?
Oh no.
You know me, Amy. I'm not happy unless they all die. So, as long as
you
so I'm
might be
happy.
satisfied, Sharon. They don't. Spoiler alert. They don't all, but I put.
They don't
in
all
good
die, but quite a
cases.
few die.
There's some stuff happens. Thank you.
Yes, it's very exciting.
Oh, the bad seed.
Bad seed. And then yes, it's great. Catch Your Death's great.
I'm gonna interview Ravina. I think it's on Monday. I've lined it up. So that'll be available to watch soon. I can't wait to pick her brains.
Yeah, Abominable. I love the Abominable Book Club. It's the only book box I would have if I could only have one.
What? I reckon you might be better off on eBay. Look, secondhand and filter, so you get the
I think I got mine from World of Books.
Okay.
Got all 3 of mine from World of Books. So,
and if you put in there Forbidden Game bind up on eBay, you can get a bind up, which is what I did, which is what Shelley recommended to me, and it only cost me £4, and it's all of them in 3.
Yeah. See, I like the original covers, so
so do I, but I can't afford them because they're expensive.
See, when I bought them, they were £1 or £2 each. They've obviously gone up in value there as a bit.
I need the link to that Discord.
Yes, well,
it's in her bio. It's in Kirsty's bio, I think.
Brill, this is for Kirsty's Vampire Book Club. I am reading Masters of Death, by the way, Kirsty, just really slowly because I've only read fat books this month. So I've read Where Sleeping Girls Lie by Farida and this one by Ravina, and they're both really chunky. So I've managed to read a total of 2 books this month. So
yeah, I read Masters of Death earlier in the month. So, but yeah.
You're welcome. It's also on ebook. I got a bind up on Kindle.
It is on ebook, yeah. So,
yeah,
but I say the bind up's the cheapest way. If you put Forbidden Game bind up into eBay, it should come up.
Great.
But yeah, it's worth it. I was very impressed. I loved the 3rd book. I loved it.
They're very good. Yes, that's a good idea, Kirsty. So it'll give me time to catch up if you haven't started yet. I feel a bit better. Right, I'm going to go to a sprint because I can still hear a little person talking upstairs.
God, so I've been chattering for half an hour here. What we like?
And sort him out. So yeah, we've got 40 minutes. We'll see you on the other side. Bye.
Bye, loves. I'm going to go and do tea.
Hello, everyone. Just gonna unmute you all.
Hello.
See where we got in the comments. I'm just talking, my darlings. I'm just going to take you upstairs, okay? I'm just going to turn my camera off. Sorry for 1 second.
Oh, bless
How did you do,
him.
how did you do, Sharon?
Listen,
All right, yeah. I'm about 80% through, so won't be long. It's very good. The murders are getting far more grotesque and gory.
Sorry, I didn't realize you started speaking there, Sharon. So, how is the book going?
Good. About 80% through.
Excellent.
So, yeah, it is very, very, very gory.
And I know that makes you happy, so that's good.
It makes me thrilled. But it's actually quite a good story, really. So it's yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
This is the Bachelor sexy murder.
The Gentleman's Choice is called.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's yeah.
Just reading the the synopsis or like the blurb on Goodreads, and it's like the first couple of lines. I was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna read that.
The first like 20% is very heavy, and quite graphic, sexy wise. Do you know what I mean? But then it kind of the main character Cole, he turns out to be quite a sap, really. Do you know what I mean? He's kind of he keeps falling in love with these women, and they just want to make money out of him. So it's kind of sad in a way, you know. But it also shows the real, you know, machinations behind the scenes of, you know, these reality shows, and do you know how not real it is, and how it's made up. So it's interesting from that perspective as well. But yes, it's a good read.
Good.
Excellent. Yeah. It sounds a little bit like a more extreme version of Patricia Wants to Cuddle, which I really enjoyed.
I loved Patricia Wants to Cuddle. That was very gentle. I thought that was.
Yeah.
Although the kills were quite graphic in that.
Yes.
But yeah, this is not gentle. There's nothing about this gentle.
I think gentle is my buzzword for horror. If anybody says cozy or gentle before, I'm like, yes, that's my level. Like, I think
I was trying to think. You mentioned that the other day, cozy horror, and I was trying to think what I would term cozy horror.
See, Rachel Harrison, to me, I wouldn't say it's cozy in the sense of like Legends and Lattes, where they're literally sitting down and eating, like, you know, cinnamon rolls, cozy. But it's just, I think, like fun as well. Fun / cozy is what I want, like a slasher, like a slick.
It's like an adventure.
Yeah.
Like an adventure horror.
You can get some free cozy mysteries on Kindle if you think there's like. Hang on, I'll find the link.
I love a mystery.
Just for today.
Because I grew up on Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew, so I love a mystery.
Yeah. I do love a mystery.
But yeah. So
it's got to be done well though.
Yes.
Like I read,
which is why I love that Catch Your Death. You know, it's all those kind of like secret passageways, and it just was proper like an adventure. You know, finding out there's a hidden doorway somewhere. I just love that kind of stuff.
I read And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie this month.
Yes, my favourite Agatha Christie.
It was so good.
It's my favourite one of hers.
Never
and it's
read
the
it
only
before,
one
I was like,
I ever read of hers that I didn't figure out the ending. Only one, I didn't get it.
Not a clue.
All the others I figured out, but that one, no. Love it. I actually watched yesterday on Disney the new film of The Haunting in Venice, which is based on the Halloween Party by Agatha Christie. And that was I thought that was really well done.
I'm not sure about the Halloween Party, I don't think. Unless I read it. Because I read some as a teenager and then I kind of picked it up again as an adult. So I think some I read when I was younger and maybe don't remember.
You'll probably really enjoy this. It's set in Venice, which is a fantastic location. And there's this house that's supposed to be haunted, and all bad things always happen in it. And there's this opera singer, and her daughter's died. Her adult daughter's died. And she thinks that the place is haunted by, it used to be an orphanage for children.
Oh, okay.
But it's not. But it's so twisted, but it's such a good twist. And yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. And there's this little lad that plays in there I think he's probably about 8 or 9. He's one of the character's sons, and he's so funny. He starts as he starts. He's reading Edgar Allan Poe, and yeah. So they open the house up for all of the local children and all the local orphanages to come and spend. It's this massive, great big palazzo. You know what I mean? It's really well done, and I thought it was. Yeah, they do Agatha Christie's quite well, I think. Because it's quite formulaic her stuff, pretty much, but it's easy to film, I think.
It's
So I
very
was quite
visual.
impressed.
The way she writes, there's lots of set pieces, aren't there? There's like a
Yes.
dinner table that everybody sits around and has a conversation about the murder. There'll be like some stark location where dead body is found, like dead body number 1, dead body, you know, all the way.
Who's your like favorite like sleuth from Agatha Christie though?
Miss Marple.
Miss
Yeah.
Marple.
Hands down. Yeah. I do like Poirot, but he does get on my nerves. I love Miss Marple. I love the idea that, you know, tiny little villages are like, you know, dens of iniquity. I just think, and I loved Margaret Rutherford was my favourite Miss Marple, and then Joan Hickson. But yeah, I love them. I love her books. She was a real master or mistress of the locked room, of the enclosed circle. Somebody had to do it, but none of them could have done it, or they could have done it.
Yeah,
She's just brilliant at that. She was really very clever, very prolific. She wrote about 80 books.
Yeah, it's amazing. Which is why I think I've probably only read maybe 10 to 20, I'd say. So I've got a long way to go. And I don't remember which ones I've read. I know specific ones like And Then There Were None, I definitely remember having read.
Yeah.
And Murder on the Orient Express, the obvious one. And then a few of the others. But William Hussey is obsessed with her books. And I did an event with him, and he was talking about a particular one, which I forget the title of. It's something about announcing a murder, and like it's announced.
A murder is announced. Yes, that's brilliant. So that's when there's a murder's announced in the newspaper, and they all turn up, and then a murder happens.
Yeah,
it's brilliant. And the thing is that most of these have been filmed, so you can actually watch most of these. If you go onto any kind of like the bit on the television and look up Miss Marple, you can download them all and watch them all. And they are exactly as the book is, you know. So yeah, I watched Evil Under the Sun the other day. Love that one as well.
I don't think I've read that or know anything about it. But,
that's the one on the island, on the Caribbean island. It's just brilliant. With what's her name, Jane Birkin, you know, she was in that. Yeah,
I can't put a face to the name, but her name does sound familiar.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It does ring a bell. This is Kirsty. Is this Kirsty's link tree to the? So this is the Vampire Book Club. If you want to join along, Kirsty and friends are reading a vampire book a month, including mine in February, March, and April, which is very lovely of Kirsty to pick all 3 books. Let's see what's happening. Yeah, it sounds to me like Lights of Prague is a bit of a hard slog for you, Adrian. I feel like you've gone a few of these and said that.
Undead the Dracula dropped through my letterbox, a collaboration with Bram Stoker. That's interesting.
Is that the one where the like non-included material, I think some material that Bram Stoker didn't include has been put back in, which I'm not sure about, because I feel like if somebody added back in a character I'd edited out, I'd be a bit like, oh, like I took them out for a reason and somebody's put them back in. I am also intrigued by like what it would do to add, and I think one of them might be a female character, which I'm super interested about, because I think his female characters are really like polarizing in Dracula. Like you've got Lucy, who I don't think is treated very well on the page, to Mina Harker, who is a badass and like, in my opinion, the most like active character in the book.
I love Mina. She's my I mean, I love your Mina. Is that where you got the name from?
Yeah.
I mean, she's a fantastic character in Dracula. She's the best character. She's even better than Dracula.
Well, this is it. If we like her better than Dracula, she's pretty cool, isn't she? And like Winona Ryder being cast as her was just genius. Whoever made that decision is just like, I can't think of anybody I would have picked at that period in time. Gary Oldman as Dracula and her as Mina is just like beautiful, beautiful casting.
Even Keanu Reeves as the Harker.
I mean, his accent's not the best, but he does his best. And actually, I do like Keanu Reeves. I always have a lot of like empathy for him, even if he is being a bit wooden. I'm like, oh, look at him, he's trying really hard.
He always comes across as a very nice man, I have to say.
He is an absolutely lovely guy.
Yeah, he comes across as being a nice person.
Oh, it just looks like we've missed you. We are
Hi,
on,
Courtney.
but you had to go.
Bye, love.
Sorry if we've missed you. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Vanessa.
Oh, thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Always appreciated. That sounds like a fair use of time to me. Excellent. Yeah.
I want to live in the cottage with the spirits. You know what I mean?
Do you know what? I'm somewhere between the two. I kind of am curious about the idea, but I always read this like horror books. I'm like, this would be a really nice place to live if you just got rid of the horror elements. I would like remove the brutal killings, and that would be a really gorgeous house.
See, if they were helpful spirits, I'd be okay. It's like, you know, if one of them started doing dishes for me, I'd be like, yeah, sign me up.
Bad Seed by Joe John
picture book for 4 to 8.
Oh, that sounds very cute. I've got a nearly 4-year-old, so I'll bear that in mind. Oh my gosh, is this
Hellbent?
Yeah, that's the one. My brain was saying Hellbound. That's not the right book.
Yeah.
No, Hellbound is the book is the publisher I'm reading from.
Excellent. I'm gonna see
the Cozy Mystery Club. Excellent.
Yeah. But you can get like if you go through onto the just today, you can get free ebooks. There's like lists. There's like 3 categories to have a look through to get some free mystery books.
Oh, I'll have a look.
I love Cozy Mystery.
Yay! Well done. Yeah, brilliant. Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
I had to go to the doctor's today, so it's all been a bit of a crap. I've got to go and have an ECG next week.
Oh.
I had one the other week, and I've got to book an appointment because apparently my heart's going too fast.
Yeah, so's mine. But it is kind of linked to fibro, isn't it? So it's not surprising, really. And I'm getting on. Do you know what I mean?
I've never heard of that as a side effect. So is it linked to sort of the breathing and the oxygen intake and things like that, or?
Fibro affects your muscles. It affects all the muscles in your body and your heart's a muscle.
Okay, of course.
So yeah. So it's just I'll go a chest X-ray and all the rest of that palaver.
Yeah, I'm glad
and I'll take a whole arm full of blood to see what's wrong with me.
Yeah, it's like I always go in and I'm like, tap that keg. Come on, let's go.
They bruise me terribly. It's because the doctor's doing it this time. And if a doctor does it, honestly, they're vicious. They bruise me all the way up my arm. The nurses don't. They're vicious doctors.
I wonder if doctors, because they don't do it as often. Like when I was pregnant and I had loads of blood tests, I went to hospital to have it done at the blood clinic where they're just doing that all day, drawing blood, and they were amazing.
When you get blood taken by an actual phlebotomist, it's like you're not even getting a blood draw. You're just like, oh, am I done? What?
I had a really bad one when I was pregnant, where it just it tapped something that. And I didn't know at the time, and then half an hour later, I just hit the floor, I passed out. But it must have just triggered something. I don't know. I'm not great with needles and blood. Yeah,
I don't mind anything as long as I can see what they're doing. I don't like them doing stuff I can't see. Just because I don't trust them. I don't trust anybody, so I have to see what they're doing.
I think that's a good philosophy, to be honest. Just be on your guard. Yeah, Keanu Reeves' Harker. That's the one I was talking about. Do you know what? Yeah. That would be awesome. I feel like if you'd got a good book to film tie-in, that would be really fun. Murder by Death makes some real
Yes, I remember that film.
Good.
God blimey, that's a blast from the past, Andreas. Yes, I do. I remember that film. It was very funny.
Hola.
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for answering. I was trying to translate that in my head. I learned French at school and a bit of Latin randomly.
Yeah, I did a lot of Latin. I went to Catholic school.
Oh no, is this all the people who are having heart problems?
Oh no.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, linked. Well, Kirsty, that's why mine's got worse since I had COVID. So
it's horrible.
neither can they with me, Kay. They have to kind of tie me up. I mean, my arm, not my whole body. I mean, that's a whole different conversation, isn't it? But they have to tie
Well,
my
Adrian's
arm
on the same mindset as you,
Get
Sharon.
a vampire doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know,
But
yeah.
there were things, though, that they'd put the blood like anywhere sensible. It just felt like blood sample. What blood sample?
Yeah.
It's like they'd have to tap each arm. It's like one for this test and one
Oh,
for
catch your
each.
death. Yes, it's a good, always twisty turny. As it gets towards the last 25%, it's proper twisty turny. Catch your death.
I can't wait. Oh gosh, really?
Say we're real.
Yes. So I don't have fibromyalgia. I've got epidural fibrosis.
Yeah,
but
I have fibromyalgia.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very annoying mainly.
Yeah,
you do now.
You do, see.
Join the fold.
Oh, but on a positive, Amy, I booked my hotel for Yelk.
Yay! I haven't done anything yet because I get a ticket if they invite me as an author, but I've not got a book coming out around that point. So I'm like, do I just book a ticket? Because I'm not likely to be.
The tickets aren't out yet, I don't think.
All right, are they not?
I don't know if I'm going to be able to go this year because, I don't think Chris could manage it because he was just there pushing me around, being the winner. He was the real MVP of that weekend. And
he was very.
I've decided that because we're gonna have to get a train because we can't drive to London. There's no way my husband's driving to London. But we booked a hotel 300 yards from Olympia.
Excellent.
So it's the Hilton, I think.
Yeah,
but they
we
were doing
stayed
a
at the
special.
Hilton.
It was a special deal, so we got a really good deal for 3 nights. So I thought, well, I said to Carl, even if they change Yelk, we go in that weekend because it's non-refundable. So that's the end of that.
Good excuse to get into London. Buy some
I don't think
books
the tickets are, but traveling on the train on a wheelchair is difficult.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to have to take a walker.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to use a walker, I think.
I had no issue with the wheelchair on the train. I mean, they upgraded us to first class on the way back. So that was nice. Had lots of room.
Because I don't know if I'm going to get an electric wheelchair before then. Because Carl's going to be going to the Comic-Con. He won't be upstairs with me.
Right.
So I've got to get myself around.
But you can hire electric wheelchairs as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I keep hoping I'll be better by then. See, I'm an eternal optimist when it comes to my health. I keep thinking any minute now I'm going to wake up and I'll be fine.
Yeah. I think I had to go through therapy to accept that my body doesn't work the way that it used to.
I refuse to have therapy. They keep saying, "Oh, I can't do it because I don't want to deal with my trauma. I've locked it away. Leave it where it is. It's too much of it. So no, I'm not going to deal with it." But yeah, so I'll see how I feel on the day. So, are you?
Yes. That sounds amazing.
I'm on the influencer list for, as if I'm an influencer. It's so funny. For Glance.
I think they're one of the first publishers that added me to their blogger list, and I still get stuff sometimes.
I still get stuff from them.
Oh,
I'm only going to do it this year. It's probably going to be a one-off because it's so expensive because I'm in Devon.
And you spend so much money while you're there as well.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
So much. Hi, Kiana.
I won't be bringing any books though. I'll be buying books there, and if they haven't got books, I'll get them to sign something else. I'm not carrying 100 books with me.
I took 6 books and came back with the stack that is behind me. Still haven't put them away yet.
Waterstones always stock the authors that are there, but they do sometimes sell out, and the publishers aren't allowed to sell books of authors that are there. So like UCLan and Scholastic could not have my books. So people were able to get them from Waterstones, but this year they had enough copies, but the year before they didn't. So I think they're pretty good at like judging how many they're going to need. Obviously, based on last year's sales, they ordered more. I'm
just going to buy some book plates, and I'm just going to say, look, I've got your book. Could you just sign this for me because I can't carry books.
I did that for loads of people. I'm absolutely fine with that. I had a little stack of book plates as well that I signed for people. So yeah, it's a good idea.
There's no way I can move myself around and manage tens or 20 books. There's just no way.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I think the authors would be super accommodating writing signing book plates anyway. So
Yeah.
I've signed all sorts of stuff. I'm just happy people come up to say hello, to be honest. Some people just want to come up and say, I really like your books. Can we chat for a minute?
I
And I'm
promise
like, yeah.
you, Amy, that when I meet you, I will not whip my boob out for you to sign. I'm promising you now. That's not going to happen.
I've never signed a body part. Somebody did once ask me to sign a T-shirt that they were wearing, and I was like, I don't think I can do that. But I don't think it wasn't meant in like a weird way. It was just I've signed bags and a Kindle cover. That was quite cool. Somebody went around and got all the authors to sign the back of a Kindle.
Oh, that's a nice idea, isn't it?
A tote bag was quite nice. I'm trying to think of anything else. Mostly it's just the book or a book plate. Sometimes I've done events for kids and they bring you little scraps of paper. They're like, I haven't got your book, but can you sign a receipt that I've found in my pocket? I'm like, yeah.
When I worked in the music industry, I've seen every body part being signed. But a lot of them have them signed and then they'll have them tattooed.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of people will do that for like their favourite rock stars, especially. They'll sign their arm or another body part. Yeah, there's not many body parts I haven't seen being whipped out for a signature.
On that note, Sharon, I don't think we can beat that. I'm going to go to sprint. Everybody just fix that image in your mind for the next 40 minutes. You're welcome. I'm going to go upstairs and see what's happening because it sounds like there's a party going on in my house.
Oh, bless him.
Where's our invite? Hello?
I think that he's missed the memo that light sleep is a thing the past 2 days. We woke up at 4 a.m. this morning, went to bed at 8:30 last night, and tonight seems to be shaping up to be the same. So good job my book is in because I wouldn't be writing any of it, that's for sure. Okay, I'm going to go to sprint. I'm going to nip upstairs and hopefully I'll see you all in 40 minutes. Bye-bye. Hello. I'm just going to let everybody back on.
Hi.
So I didn't do much. I was upstairs most of that, sorting out my personnel, but I did manage to do a bit of research for my freelance project that I'm working on. So that was good, but not as much as I wanted to tonight, but never mind. Are you, Sharon? How did that one go?
I lost track of the time then.
Oh, I thought you were there and ready. You were smiling nicely, or Sharon, so I thought you were with us.
I went to make a cup of tea and
Right.
turn the oven off, which I forgot to do. But then the story's getting really good now, so
Oh, how much
I
have
was
you got
away
left?
with the fairies then. Sorry.
No, go for it. Are you nearly done?
Yeah, just a couple of
Do you think
percent
you'll
left.
finish it before bedtime?
Oh yeah, I'll finish it tonight, definitely.
Excellent. How about you, Paula? How's yours going?
It's alright. I got to chapter 7. It's a bit weird. It's told like each chapter's like, you know, past and present.
Oh, okay.
So it's like the past. They're just like it's like two British fans have like managed to talk their way onto like a boat, and they're like, you know, helping out, and like, you know, they're sailing all around like New Zealand, I think, being part of this boat crew. And then obviously it gets to present day, and one of them is on land, and something's happened to the boat, and the crew is lost. So is the boat. So yeah, we're getting backwards and forwards story of like, you know, what's happened, and guessing it's going to come together soon.
I love a dual timeline.
I do. Again, like you were saying, Paul, about mysteries, I think if different timelines are done really well, it's so satisfying, because there will be a point where it will just slot together and you'll realise why the timelines are running along these trajectories.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very cool.
It's that click when you go, oh, yes.
Oh.
Oh, so DBT therapy is an option. It's not about doing trauma, it's about practical solutions. That sounds good. I think if I was going to go down that route, I think practical is good. Only therapy does actually help. That's really good. Oh, in Devon next month.
I'm in Devon. Yeah, I live in Devon.
A notebook for signatures was a good idea.
Yeah. Remember the old autograph books you used to have when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Quite a few people have them, and some people have like an author one and a like celebrity one, and some people have a mixture where they just do it chronologically. So like everybody they've met, they just sign in order.
I know people have ones for like Disney when they go to Disney, and they'll get the characters to sign them and stuff. Which I think is just so
still
cute.
Did them. I just, but yeah, I might get something like that. I might make one so it's pretty.
Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that next time we go to Disney. We've just done the photograph so far, because I thought at 3 Nathan might not have understood that, but I reckon at 4 he'd quite liked, because he's learning to write his own name. I think he'd quite like people to write their name, and although I always think it must be such a challenge for Mickey, like, oh, I'm gonna write my name. Interesting.
Yeah.
Mechanics of it in the 1970 killers. Oh, interesting.
Yes. Yeah. Technically, I'm a psychologist.
Oh.
Technically, I mean, I have a doctorate in psychology.
I love how you just drop things like this. Could we just take a moment for
Sharon's just done everything.
You've gone
I am very old, you know.
Yeah,
you're not that old.
I am old.
You're not that old.
But yeah, I did, yeah. So, but Mum was in criminal psychology, so yeah, that would have worked for me. I'd have probably been one of the people killed.
Oh no! Oh, that's really good. I don't know what specifically you said, Sharon, but
I'm sorry. I'm a bit hyper tonight. I don't know why, because I'm exhausted.
I know I'm feeling the same. I think last sprint I'm going to do 20 minutes because I'm in danger of falling asleep. I'm in my nice, I don't know if you can see it, my nice new sofa, which I'm actually obsessed with, but it's really comfy, and we've been suffering, poor Kev, I've been complaining for about 2 years about our sofa being really uncomfy, and finally I've got a comfy one. I just don't want to leave it.
Well, I did like the egg chair you were sat in, though. I did like that the other time.
That's my garden furniture, which for half an hour in the garden, fine. For sitting and doing a sprint, not comfortable.
No.
So there was lots of shifting and fidgeting.
Does your new sofa kind of eat you?
Excellent. What was that, sorry?
Does your new sofa eat you? Does it like encompass you?
It's one of those that's soft and supportive at the same time. It's a lazy boy one, so the ends go up and down, and it feels really nice to sit in it. And it's got
We've got a lazy boy one, but it's all leather.
Oh, you see, ours
easy
is
wipe
like
clean.
feels kind of velvety. I don't know what material that is, but it's nice.
Like the Lemsip chair. I always wanted the Lemsip chair. Do you remember the Lemsip? When she used to sit in a normal chair and then she'd sip a Lemsip and then it would grow to 10 times the size.
Yeah.
I always wanted one of them.
Actually, it's
well done, Kirsty.
Awesome.
Ooh, good. I still need to read some. That's what I'm going to do in the last 20 minutes. How many pages can I read in 20 minutes? That's the question. Oh, that's a shame. Sometimes happens, doesn't it? You get
hello.
Go, ooh, hello.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. That's probably inappropriate.
Yeah, Sharon was talking about celebrities being asked to sign body parts.
Yeah, people are weird, ma'am. They're really weird. Do you know what I mean? The things I've seen.
I've got a thing about people like writing on skin. I don't think I feel okay with like the idea of pen on boob. It just doesn't seem right to me. Like it even makes you feel weird, like pen on hand. I've got a thing about it. I think it's like the needle thing. I don't like stuff going into skin.
It's a very strange phenomenon. Especially, it's very popular in music.
Yeah,
so in rock music especially. But yeah, I just think people lose their inhibitions. I don't know. They're just like, it's very strange to me.
I really enjoy music and stuff, and it's like I do have favorite bands. It's like, but I couldn't imagine getting a body part signed.
Honestly, there's no shame in these people. And you know, I mean, and this was like the 80s and the 90s when you know it was really quite you know, raucous, really. So you know, I mean, but
I do want to get a tattoo of my dad's handwriting around my wrist. But
have you got any tattoos, you two?
I do. They're on my back. They're hidden.
I'm surprised that of all the silly things I've done to my body, that's not one of them. But just because I can't make a decision. I can't make a decision what I want. So that's the main reason, to be honest.
I always give the example that if when I was 22 I'd had a tattoo, it would have been of like Edward Cullen's face, and that would have been a bad decision. So like I don't think
Exactly.
I don't think I would ever make a good enough decision and stick to like things that I love. I mean, there's some stuff that I know I feel like I'm always going to love, like Buffy, but I still don't know like what tattoo would encompass that. For me, it doesn't translate somehow. Like I haven't ever thought of something I want enough.
I wanted a rose on my wrist for my mum, because my mum was called Rose.
And
I still quite like that. I just can't find a design I like. So I keep drawing different ones and thinking, oh, that's the one. And then no. I can't make a decision.
You've got to be sure, because you're going to be looking at that wrist. That's the thing.
Forever. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I know that feeling.
It gets that way.
I'm like that with reading a lot.
Oh, which part? What part gave you the story idea?
The boob, maybe. Interesting. Oh, that's very cool. Trying to think the best celebrity moment. I saw Chris Hemsworth in a restaurant. I didn't speak to him because I was outvoted. That was pretty cool. And Jason Momoa I've paid to meet quite a few times, and James Masters. So I've hugged both of them quite a few times.
I do love that you've got the video of James Masters doing like the toot toot.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, James Masters did the, what's it called? The thing that you did for me, the cameo thing. Yeah,
cameo. Yeah,
that was a definite life highlight. James Masters talking to me about my book on a video. Not in person, you know, but I can't just. Oh, that's nice if something like really triggers a memory. Oh,
I worked with a lot of well-known people, but yeah, I did get trapped in a lift once with Take That.
Wow.
And I didn't know who they were. And so I said, oh, what do you do? Oh, we're a band. I went, oh, right, yeah, well, good luck with that.
See, I've met Meatloaf. It was so random. He was on his, I think he was with his daughter, but I think she was like walking ahead of him, and Meatloaf kind of like walked past me, and I was just like, "Is it Meatloaf?" And he was he just turned around and he was like, "Yes." And I was like, "It's like so nice to meet you." And I was like, "What?" And I tell people this story, and they're like, "No." And I'm like, "Yeah, it was just living his normal life. It was just so random."
Such a beautiful voice that man's got, man.
Yeah.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah. Bat Out of Hell, I'd Do Anything for Love. I mean, the video of I'd Do Anything for Love is so bonkers, but I just love it.
But I won't do that. And everybody's like, well, what won't he do? And I'm like, listen to the lyrics. It tells you what he won't do. It's not it's not logic. It's not rocket science. But yeah, fantastic voice. Fantastic voice.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find a picture of my tattoo.
Oh, I like Jason Patrick too.
I like it when people.
He's very cute. Well, he might not be cute now.
Yeah, possibly not. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know whether the cat meowed or not on my end.
It's very you know what cats are like, Adrian? They don't want to meow, they're not going to. Simple as that. They are a law unto themselves.
Sometimes I think I hear the meow when I click, and because everything's on a delay, I think I sometimes click before it's like played out. So it may be me. I may have clicked early. I'm going to pop 20 minutes on the timer just because I can feel the sleepiness setting in, and it's already nearly 10 o'clock.
Yeah, and I'm going to watch Traitors then.
So I'm going to pop 20 minutes on the timer. I'm going to read this for a little bit, so we'll catch up at the end and see how everybody's got on, and then we will sign up for the night. So see you all in 20 minutes. Hello, that's it. Last sprint. How did everyone get on? How about you, Paula?
Got to chapter 9.
Nice.
It's just more of the same at the minute.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's good. We're in the section now where it's like the present, and it's got a thing where someone said like they found someone but they are not alive.
Oh.
So the characters are just like, well, who is it? Who is it? Is it my best friend? I mean, you know, obviously she could become friends with all the crew, but she's like, you know, is it, you know, my person? But we don't know yet.
Oh. That's pretty exciting, actually. How about you, Sharon? How's yours going? Did you manage to finish it?
Yeah, and I've started another one.
How was it? The one you finished?
It's
Did you
good.
enjoy it?
Yeah, it was very good. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And what did you end up starting?
Good and gory. It was good and Cossa, which is an arc from John Durgin, which is another really extreme horror.
Go from one extreme to another tonight.
This is about a woman who's kept captive by her mother in a house. But yeah, so it's very good.
Excellent.
I do love horror. It's my comfort. Horror is my comfort read.
If you find
I need a rec for horror, because I've got a thing for a TBR prompt that's like, you know, read from a genre that you don't normally go to, and I think horror's the main one. I mean, it's like I read all genres, but I don't tend to go for horror as often as I go for thrillers. You know what I mean? So
if you wanted KU and a short one, there's a book just recently come out called Cursed by Lee Kenny. Lee spelled Leigh. She's Irish indie author. It's on KU. It's about 200 pages, and it's like a cross between The Ring and The Grudge.
Oh, that sounds good.
But with a twist.
Right, give me a minute.
So it's only kind of 200 pages, so it's quite a quick read.
Okay, yeah.
And it's on KU.
I like a short horror without anything extra.
What's it called again?
It's called Cursed.
Cursed. Dun, 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 dun.
I've read another chunk of this, and it is getting twisty. I've still got quite a bit to read, about 100 pages.
There you go. The author sent me a copy.
Do that. Oh, that's nice. I like that cover.
Yeah. It's a good. It's a quick read, Bab.
Cool.
Excellent. Right, let's.
Sorry, Emmy.
Oh no, that's fine. I was just getting excited that I've got some twists. But I need to read fast tomorrow. I've got about 100 pages left. I should be fine because I've got some time in the morning and evening.
I don't know if I like the idea of a Lost Boys musical. Do you?
Is it playing in the UK? I had the same feeling about Heathers though, and I absolutely adored the Heathers musical. So I feel like I'm like cautious.
I still need to watch the Heathers musical.
Like the film.
I really enjoyed it, and I thought
the film.
The music was very, very good in my opinion, and Kerry Hope Fletcher was amazing. She's
got such a good voice though, hasn't she?
Yeah,
she's got a beautiful theatrical voice.
Brilliant. And her acting was great as well. And I've forgotten the name. Jamie Moscato played JD, and he was great. I thought it'd be hard to kind of play Christian Slater's part, and he was really good.
I think it's because the Lost Boys soundtrack is so good. The soundtrack to the film is so good. It's kind of, how can they make that better? Do you know what I mean?
That soundtrack is so completely 90s though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is very much so. But you know, you hear one of those songs and you know that instantly is from that film. So it'd be interesting to see what they do. So I don't know really whether I like the idea or not.
Yeah, they might. I wonder if they're allowed to use the songs. Probably not. I think they'd probably have to be original.
They're copyrighted, aren't they? I would have thought, because they were all. Because in those days, in the 80s and 90s, people would write for films. Because I know I was in the industry then. They'd write for films, but the actual artist would retain the copyright. Yeah. So, you know, that's why they were all different copyrights on the back of the soundtracks. It's different now.
Like the Queen soundtrack from Highlander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved Highlander too. That was a great series and a great film. Films.
I don't think I've seen any of them actually.
Oh, Christopher Lambert is best.
Although I used to think to myself, eventually, he's going to have to kill people he likes, isn't he?
Well, there can be only Juan.
There can be only one.
There can be only Juan.
I have no idea
Vernon
what this is about.
Cornwell. I love Sharp.
Never
Again,
watched Sharp.
No, I haven't either. I think that
I know
might have
that.
been.
I know that
Sean
Sean Bean
Bean's
was in it.
that. Yeah. Well, my husband's ex-military, you know, so.
I did love Hornblower when that was on TV.
I can picture the actor in that. I can't remember his name, but I didn't watch that.
Ewan Griffith.
Yeah, that's the one.
Really? Yes.
That's very cool. I kind of regret not going to that. I think it coincided with like having a baby or something like that. So I was like, you can't
something major that you can't get out of. You know what I mean? Because when he's coming out, he's coming out.
Well, also, I think there was that. And then there was also Mark Paul Gosselaar, who played Zach from Saved by the Bell, and Melissa Joan Hart were at the same con, and it was like the month before he was born or something. And I was like, no, I can't book for this. I can't go like 8 months pregnant. I mean, Zach from Saved by the Bell. I might actually go into labour. So I missed that. I'm hoping he'll come back at some point. Oh, that's
we've just finished, darling.
Yeah, we're just finishing off. Sorry if we've missed you. I don't know what time zone you're in, but I tend to do about 7:30 UK time, GMT. I always get this wrong. To 10 p.m. So I've gone a little later. Yeah, okay, thanks, Kirsty. Excellent. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It seems to have been a really popular choice.
It was. I thought it was a great read.
Great. I thought it would be. I'd heard Ravina talk about it when we did an event together on Halloween, and I just stored it. I was like, we need to do that when it's nice cold weather.
It happens.
And
it does feel cold, the book, doesn't it? It does feel like you're in the winter. It does feel wintry.
It does. It's one of those where I've remembered all the way through what season it is. You know, sometimes something takes you by surprise and you're like, oh yeah, it was winter. It's really atmospheric all the way through. I'm just checking what page I'm up to. I'm a bit further than you, Andreas.
It's true. The secret passageways are great fun. It reminded me of like, you know, that kind of Nancy Drew kind of, oh, where's this hidden door go to? I loved all that. I mean, that made the book for me, honestly.
See, I'm gonna have to read this like after I finish this one because I really want to read it, but I couldn't get a copy in time. It's like I had a prompt for like an unreliable narrator. Yeah. And I was like, I think that's got an unreliable narrator in it with something like with letters or something.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think Amy's got to that part yet, so I'm not going to say anything else.
Okay.
I'm starting to question reliability, certainly, but I'm not quite that
I think
far.
they're all pretty unreliable, to be fair.
They were awesome. I got to see it twice because I went, me and Kev went, and then Shelley really wanted to see it, and she managed to queue with her Kev and get front row seats to us, which was fab, apart from we could see up everyone's skirts, which I hadn't thought about.
That's a whole different show, surely.
Well, I did have to keep averting my eyes. I was like, is this happening every night? That a whole row of people?
Yeah, I wonder if they realised, darling. I wonder if they realised.
I don't know. And I was like, should I report this? Or I don't know. Yeah.
At least when I went to go see My Brain's Just Wicked, that's it. They wear long skirts.
Yeah. Well, this is it. They don't in Heather's.
No.
And there's a scene where I don't want to give too much away, but there's a mattress and 2 characters are on it, and that was really right at the front of the stage as well.
Hello.
A bit voyeuristic. Yes.
Yeah.
I really want to see 6 actually as well.
Me too. I don't know. I know what it's about, like the historical 6 that we're referring to, but apart from that, I don't know anything else particularly. Yeah. I love Wicked. I love Heather's.
Yeah, I loved Wicked too.
6 is probably the next on my list to see when I've got an adult trip. I think I'm probably going. Although Frozen, I was going to say I think Frozen might be the next thing I see, but they're taking it off soon. I don't know whether we'll get there before it leaves the West End.
It's like seeing Hamilton with the original cast.
Yeah. I'd have loved to see Wicked with the original cast as well, but I only discovered it like 8
I saw Phantom with the original cast.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Cats with the original cast. But that was a long time ago. In the far distant past.
Is that Sarah Bergman with
Sarah Brightman and Michael Crawford.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael Crawford, amazing.
Love Phantom of the Opera.
I'm just reading it for the Haunted Victorian Book Club. I keep calling it the wrong name. I think that's right. It's the first time I've read it, and I'm enjoying it so far. Although
It's a great book, isn't it? Actually,
it is.
Yeah.
The style's quite strange in places. It goes a bit like off on some tangents where I'm like, I've slightly lost what is happening here. Like at the minute they're going through the theatre and like through all the basements and stuff, and it almost feels like a surreal dream. It's really weird, but I'm enjoying it.
I've only ever walked out of one theatre performance, and that was Les Miserables. I hated it.
I couldn't sit for that long.
I hated every second. I left after half an hour. It was the most depressing thing I've ever seen in my life. And I thought, no, I want to be entertained. I don't want to be depressed. Bye.
I mean, I only managed to watch the movie because I know that what's his face dies at the end. I was like,
they all die, don't they? I don't know. I just thought, no, the whole set was grey and oh my god, it was
We
depressing.
walked out of one. We went thinking Kit Harington was going to be in it, and then he was sick, and it was Dr. Faustus, and it was a really modern interpretation of it that I just found really cringe and uncomfortable. And I don't know whether that was the one where there's some random nudity. Anyway,
that's a great book too. That's a great book too.
It was like too modern, and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And halfway through, Kevin and I both looked at each other and like, "There's no Kit Harington. Should we just go?"
I mean, if it was Kit Harington in nudity, we'd all stay for that, wouldn't we? Of course.
Yeah. I mean, we managed to see Kit Harington in. What did we see with him in? Was it something West? Go West? No. Anyway,
that was a band. Go West.
Thought it was a song.
There was one
Go West, Young Man is a song, but Go West was a band in the 80s.
Yeah, I know. I love their King of Wishful Thinking is like one of my top 80 songs. But I'm trying to think. I can't remember what the play was called. But Kit Harington threw toast at the audience that he'd toasted and buttered.
I obviously thought you needed a snack. I
well,
think that's really generous.
One landed on Kev's knee and he dropped it on the floor, and I was like, Kit Harington just gave you toast. I would have eaten that.
How disrespectful, Kev.
I think
it's like half-time snack, in it.
Well, but I was like, Kit Harington touched that. I could eat it. That is a bit weird though. So maybe he was right to just take that decision out of my hands and just drop it on the floor.
I haven't been to the theatre for ages because it's just difficult for me. The seats aren't comfortable.
Accessibility
is really hard. And I mean, in London, it's a little bit better, but I can't get to London easily. So, but yeah, I used to go a lot when I lived in London.
The last one I saw was like Dirty Dancing.
I bet that was fun. I've never seen that film.
You should.
Do you know why I've never seen the film?
Why?
Because I can't watch Patrick Swayze without feeling nauseous. He literally makes my skin crawl. I don't know why. He's never done anything to me.
Fair enough.
I just can't stand him. I don't like Demi Moore either, so I've never seen Ghost.
Oh really? Have you watched Point Break?
No.
So you've never seen it? Never
I can't watch any film with him in. It literally makes me gag.
Keanu Reeves is in it. Oh.
What can I do?
I have that with like certain actors. Like I say, with Les Mis, it's got Russell Crowe in it, and I can't stand Russell Crowe, but I know he dies at the end, so I was like, yeah.
But Russell Crowe, you just want to smack him.
Yeah,
you want to punch him in the face, don't you?
I've never had such a visceral reaction where I'm like, you know,
he comes across as an unpleasant man, though. To be fair,
I think from what I've read in the press,
he doesn't seem a nice person.
No, I think there's been things.
I don't know why it is with Patrick. So I don't know why he's never done anything to me. I've never. But it's a visceral reaction. He must look like somebody who's traumatized me in the past. I've decided.
I
can't. It just makes me want to throw up.
Frozen
till September.
I'm going to have to debate this because it would cost a lot, and I feel like we might get 15 minutes in and somebody small might say, I finished now, and I'd be like, oh, that's 50 quid times 3 times 3. So I'll have to think about it.
Don't you and Kev go out and get Nathan, your parents look after Nathan for the night for you and have a night out?
You know what? We haven't had any night. He's not been away from me yet, and at some point I'll have to do that, but it hasn't happened yet.
Oh no.
That's what it was like when I went to Yelk. Look, because it's like, barring like one time when he was a baby,
it's hard to let go.
It was so strange.
It's hard for both sides, I think.
I'm already stressing about my cats when I'm away at Yelk. But you know, it's fine. I've got a friend who runs a pet agency, so she's going to come in and keep an eye on them. But I'm still worrying about it. So I do get. I mean, it's not the same as kids. my stepsons are grown up.
No, it's
I
a
do
similar
remember those
feeling,
days.
though. It definitely is. Right, I suppose it's 10:30, so I think it's time for us to sign off. But thank you. That's been a lovely live stream, everyone in the chat. Thank you, two lovelies, for coming on. Thank you always for watching. It's lovely to see familiar faces and new faces.
Yeah, it's lovely to see everyone.
I'm going to go to bed, but I'm doing loads of stuff this weekend, so you'll probably see my face on screen at some point. I'm doing the live stream for Catch Your Death tomorrow night, so if you've not read it yet, don't watch it until you've read it. I'm interviewing Ravina on Monday, so that'll be going up fairly soon, and the Forbidden Game live chat is on Sunday night.
Sunday.
Yes, thank you, Sharon.
Sunday.
And I have actually read that one.
I will say, if anyone's still wanting sprints, if you're still wide awake and wanting to get stuff done, Courtney at Tangible Reads has just started sprints.
Oh, brilliant.
And I'm doing my live for my book club on Wednesday next week.
Oh, fantastic. What are you doing that on, Sharon? Is that
on the air? It'll be a live discussion.
Brilliant. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, bye, Andrew.
See you tomorrow at the live stream, and hopefully see the rest of you soon.
Bye. Yeah, see you tomorrow night.
Bye.